Two more examples. We're going to look at a triangular prism and a cylinder. We're going to find the surface area of both of them using both methods so that you can kind of decide which one you like better. Alright, so formula method always requires that we find the base of our three-dimensional figure, and the base is what makes our three-dimensional figure unique. So we're looking at the triangle, and you'll notice too that we've got two tick marks here on this triangle. That just indicates that both sides are the same. So this side is 7, which means this side is also 7. Which is important for us to know because the first thing we have to do is find the perimeter of our base. So 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 7 is 18. Alright, so we got the perimeter of our base. Now we're going to take that times the height of our three-dimensional figure. And remember, the height doesn't always necessarily look like the height because it's the distance between my two bases, which is 12 centimeters, the distance between my two triangles. Alright, so we do 18 times 12, that comes out to 216. And we're going to add on twice the base area. And some of you will notice a shortcut here, but it doesn't matter, you can do it however you would like to here. But the important part is we have to know that we're dealing with a triangle again, so we're going to look at the base, the triangle, and figure out the area of that, which has a formula of base times height divided by 2. A different height than the three-dimensional height because this triangle carries its own height, 6. It is 6 centimeters tall, has a base of 4. So 4 times 6 divided by 2, or 24 divided by 2, which is 12. So what some of you will notice is timesing by 2 and dividing by 2 actually cancel each other out, and you end up getting 24 in the long run anyway, but it doesn't matter if you see that in advance or not, just do it as the formula says and everything should work out fine. So we add these two numbers together and we get 240 square centimeters for an overall surface area. Okay, so then if we're using the piece method, we actually just want to look at the different shapes that are within this triangular prism and add up all the separate surface areas. There are 2 rectangles that are the same and 2 triangles that are the same. So this triangle and this triangle are the exact same. We already found out that the area of those triangles is 12. So my triangles, those are have an area of 12 and we have 2 of them. So that's 24 square centimeters. And then my 2 rectangles that are the same, this one on the side, and then this one on the side are the same. So those are both 12 by 7s. So 12 by 7, and we have 2 of those. And when I do that, 12 times 7 times 2, 12 times 7 times 2, comes out to 168 square centimeters. And lastly, we do have that bottom rectangle that's hanging out by itself, which is a 4 by 12. And there's just one of those, so that's 48 square centimeters. If we add up these 3 numbers, we end up getting 240, which is what we got before. So if you prefer the piece method, you can do it that way. Alright? Lastly, cylinders. Okay. With the formula, when it refers to the perimeter of your base, remember that the perimeter of a circle is circumference. So that's a special name for circumference, which is pi times diameter, or diameter times pi. So looking at this, my diameter is 10. So I can go 10 times 3.14 times the height of my figure, which is 21. A favorite number of you 8th graders. Getting all those today, all those nice little vines or whatever in here. Plus twice the base area, and for circles, remember that's radius times pi. Alright, so my radius, if my diameter is 10, my radius has to be 5, half the distance. So 5 times 5 times pi, or 3.14, or 25 times 3.14. Alright, so then basically all we have to do is multiply everything out and add everything together. So this would be, well, here we'll just get the overall answer here. 10 times 3.14, that's 31.4 times 21 is 659.4 over here, plus 25 times 3.14 times 2 is 157. Add these two numbers together, we get our overall surface area, which is 816.4 square feet. Okay. Alright, now, let's say you're doing the piece method. This is the last thing I've got for you, so thanks for sticking with me. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be here, video-wise. But you have to unfold the cylinder. It looks kind of weird. So the important pieces here are, we knew that the height was, I gotta go back up here, height is 21, so that's this piece right here. We'll do this, okay. The radius we need, that is 5. Okay, so really we just want to find the area of all these pieces. But the toughest part about folding this out is this length right here. That actually is the circumference. That's the part that wraps around your circle if you were to fold this thing back together. So this line is your circumference, which is diameter times pi. Alright, so that's 10 times pi for us. So that piece right there equals 10 times 3.14, getting ahead of myself, which is 31.4. So that's the length of that green segment right there, 31.4, which means the area of this rectangle is going to be 31.4 times 21. So let's figure out what that is. Right off the bat here, 659.4. Okay, so that's part of our answer, but we have to add on 2 circles, which won't be too bad because they're the same. So radius times pi, or 5 times 5 times pi, is, oops, typed in the wrong thing. 5 times 5 times 3.14 is 78.5. That's this circle. That's also this circle. So then we just add this and this and this together, and we should get the same answer. So let's just double check here that we get the same thing. And we do 816.4. We get the same answer. Alright, and that would be square feet. Alright. So, there are a couple different ways you can leave your answer too. There's something called leaving your answer in terms of pi. We'll talk about that more when I come back, or tomorrow. Not tomorrow, after break, sorry. And we'll go from there. So, intro, you may have some questions. We'll clear